Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lulua Tech Designs. I remain your number one Lulua Mark, and we are back with our project. This is a beginner's tutorial, a full project that we started yesterday, and we shall keep on uploading more videos until the end of this project. And of course, more projects are going to come after this, but before then we need to continue from where we left. So yesterday we did wall, we did our floor plan settings, the elevations, the levels, we set all those things, and we drew our first room, that is 3.5 by 3.5. And today we shall continue from here. So for example, if you want to measure your room with the measure tool, you can click on one wall, it will bring all these tools. So you can click on this align the dimension, then you need to measure the interior sides of the walls. You realize when you highlight on wall, it will pick the middle part of the wall. So what you do, after highlighting, you click on tab, your tab key on the Windows, then it will bring you to this inner side of the wall. So you can click here, then when you reach this side, you can also click on tab. It will also pick the interior side. So after it appearing like this, you can just bring your cursor somewhere inside and click, so that it will remain there. So we can do the same measurement for the other sides of the wall. I will click on tab so that I can pick the interior side of the wall. I bring it here, I click on tab so that it also picks the interior side of the wall. Bring it a bit inside and click. So if you want to make your cursor free for another set of action, you right click, you cancel, you right click, you cancel, or you can press escape. You can press escape key on your Windows. So these are some of the tools that you may need to know. So we are continuing to draw our walls. So from this wall, we are going to offset maybe let's say 1.5 or 1.8 as our washroom. So let's click on this wall, we come to offset. So let's offset 1.8 this side as a washroom, and then we shall make sure that it is really 1.8. You click here, then you come to this part, because now, as I told you yesterday, this thing picks both the distance here and also the thickness of the wall. That's why when you put 1.8, it will show 1.6. So here you need to change it to 1.8. For you to change such dimensions, you just click on the wall that you want to transform the distance. If I clicked on this one, for example, if I click on this and change this dimension, it will affect this wall, and it will also affect our already measured room. So any change that I want to make, I will have to use this wall so that it doesn't affect this specific part that has already been measured and properly taken care of. So we are going to also offset this. Let's offset 3.5 here, this side 3.5, and we make sure that it is really 3.5. Now to ensure that this distance is 3.5, we are not going to use this wall because we have already measured this to be 1.8 from the first room. So we shall use this wall because it is still free, and we want to change how it measures to the previous wall. So we shall write here 3.5 there. So now we have this washroom that is 1.8, then this room that is 3.5. Now all we need to do is really basically just draw in this. You can even drag this. You can just pick it here and drag it all the way this side. If you feel that your hand cannot drag it straight, you can hold on shift and then you drag so that it will drag it in a straight path. So I can also drag this and leave it there. Now you realize we already have 3 rooms. So let's try and find our measurements. So I'm going to click on tab so that I pick the interior side. I click on tab and pick the interior side of this wall. So then this one and also this one. Then I click on tab, I pick this, click on tab, I pick this here. And then of course washroom cannot be as big as this. The width is okay, but we're going to reduce what? We can't allow the length to be 3.5. So we shall offset this maybe, let's say 2 meters. So from here 1.8 by 2 meters is okay for a washroom. So we need to remove part of this wall from this side and also this side. So we can you can still drag. You can drag this and this, make it like that. Then this you can split it. To split a wall, you come to this tool that says split element. The shortcut is SL. So you click on it, then we can split this here. You press cancel, or you can escape. Then I'll drag this one here. Sometimes if you don't want to drag, you can also align. The align tool is this one. The shortcut is AL. When you click on it, you click on the surface that you want to have as your base for the alignment. For example, I click on this, then I will align this one to it. Let me try that again. This, and then I want this one to align there. Now you see it has gone to this part, but of course it is not properly aligned the way we want. Anyway, it is well aligned. The only issue here is it has picked what? This measuring tool. Isn't that true? Okay. The other part is actually the finish of the wall, so it is properly aligned. You can also select this and try to see. Yeah, it is properly aligned. So this is 1 bedroom. This is common washroom for these 2 bedrooms. And then we have to continue on the other side. So we are going to offset this one as our kitchen. This side we want to have a kitchen. Let's say we shall have a kitchen of 2 point, let's say 3. Let's just say 2.3, but that is really big. That seems big, but it's okay. Let's say 2.3. Then we make sure it is really 2.3. 2.3, like that. So our kitchen is 2.3. I want this kitchen to, the wall should not start directly from this one. So I will click on this wall. I go to create similar. Then I can simply draw another wall here, there. Then I want this wall to be 500 millimeters away from the end of this wall. So we're going to align this. I'll align this to this one here. So you pick your align tool, you click on this, then you align that one to it, just like that. So this is where our kitchen is. If you want to align this to this, you can just click on this trim slice extend to corner. Click on it. You can click on this, and then you click on this. But now you realize it chops off the other one because we are not preserving it. If I click on this and this, you realize it goes perfectly. So basically, when this trim with the trim and extend corner, you click on the walls that you want to preserve. For example, now in a scenario where we have this wall that has been separated here in this middle, if I click on this and this, it will chop off this part. So for example, if I click on this, let's click on this and this, you realize it will chop off this part. That means we just wanted to preserve this and this. So I will do Ctrl Z to bring back. So if I want to remove this side, this longer extended wall, I will have to preserve this and this. So this extra wall will go off. That is how you can use the trim slice extend to corner tool. Then we have our kitchen here. Let's try to measure it. I'll use tab to pick the interior side of the wall. It is 2.3, and then this one is 2.8. Yeah, this one is enough for our kitchen. So let's continue drawing our walls. Now we are left with the dining. From the dining we shall need the living room. From the living room we shall need a master bedroom. So from this kitchen we need a small pantry or a store. So we are going to offset this wall. So you come to your offset tool. Let's say we offset in 1.8 as our pantry here. So we click on this wall, we make sure the distance is 1.8 from the kitchen. So now we want to extend this to this. For you to extend this, you can use the trim stroke extend to corner. You have to click on this and then this. Then for this part, you also first click on this and this. So that is how easily you can draw your walls and extend them. So if we measure this, use your tab to pick the interior side of the wall, then tab there. Okay, now we have our first bedroom, then the second bedroom. The common washroom is here. I didn't measure it, so we are going to measure it. Tab, pick this, tab, pick that. It is 1.8 by 1.8. I guess we are going to increase this side. This we shall increase it to 2 meters. So it is 1.8 by 2 meters. That's for the common washroom for these two. So we have the pantry, we have the kitchen. Now we need to create our master bedroom, the living room, and also the dining. So we shall have an open concept for the dining and for the lawns. We shall create space here for that. So let's offset this wall. Now we shall offset this wall. We need a bigger space for the living room and the dining. So let's go with let's say 5.6 millimeters. That will be around here. Okay, let me see if I align this to this, what we shall get. 4.3. Okay, we shall get 4.3. Then if I create similar from here, so we're creating similar here, then we need some space here. This space, when you click here, it will show you space from here to here. So we need it as what? As our entry ports or the balcony. So we need like 1.5 of, or maybe 1.2, 1.3. Let me just go with 1.5. And then of course I'll have to trim off this part. I'll use this. I'll trim that one out. Now when you look at this space, it's doesn't look enough to have our living room plus. I guess this 1.5 is too much. Let's do 1.3. Yes, there. If we measure from here to there, it is 4 meters. Then here to here is 4.3. So I think this can be a good space for a living room, specifically living room. But then now we need to think of what? We need to think of dining. So let's create some space here. We shall offset this. Let's offset, let's say we offset in 3.5 or 3 meters. Let's say 3 meters here. And then we trim to extend this to this. this time this will be our dining. It looks to be really far from the kitchen, but regardless it can still work. So we are going to create our master bedroom. So the master bedroom wants to be around here. So this area is going to give us our master bedroom. So let's first of all offset. I think we shall go with this. Let's extend this wall to this side there, and then let's try to just extend this for now, and then we see how much space we can have for our master bedroom. So if we create similar here, let's say we have created similar here, and then we trim this, we trim this and this, trim this and this. Let's now split this side, because this has to be an open space for the dining. So let's see the distance we have here. This, let's tab, then click on tab. This is 4.9. This is really big, because the living room has to always be bigger than what? The master bedroom. So we are going to create something here. So our entry will be here, so we can create space here for our master bedroom. So let's say the master bedroom is going to be around 4 meters there, and then we can offset this. Let's say 4 by what? 4 by, let's first write 3.8 from here, 3.8. So let's try that. Let's trim, let's extend this to that, and then of course let's delete that part. I don't think we need it. And then what we are going to do, let's trim this. Let's trim this and this, and then of course can bring this to here. Now we have this area to fix, this part to fix, so that we can have that and this as separate rooms, and we get space here. So what we are going to do, let's say we shall leave this part. Let's first remove this, and then we remove this. Now we have the kitchen, we have this large area, this, That's a lot of space. So what we are going to do, this we shall now create a pantry. We shall create a pantry for the kitchen on the outer side. We can do that. We can create it even from here, then around here it gets a room here. So let's just offset it. We had, I think, 1.8 here, and then on the other side it was I think 2 meters. I don't know. That's still enough space for pantry. So let's trim. We're going to trim this to this, add that. Though we are going to, let's first split this. We don't need this part. So if I bring this here, then I bring this here, and then this, I bring it here. Now our pantry and our dining, this is going to be our dining. So let's measure it from here to here. That is 2.8. Here to here, 3.2. Yes, that one can work as a dining. Then let's see the pantry. You measure it here to here, that's 1.6. Then here to here, 1.8. So the distance from this to let's say this part is 1.2. So we can decide to remove maybe 1 meter from here and extend it to the pantry. So not really 1 meter, 100 millimeters. So we can extend this to 1.7 meters like that, and then we leave here space of 1.1 for the kitchen. So now we are, I think, almost done with our wall. So here, this part, we measure here to here, 3.6. Yes, 3.6. The only thing that we now need in this building is a master washroom. We need a space for our master washroom so that the owner of the house doesn't have to come all the way here to easy him or herself. We have finished this these two, then the kitchen plus the pantry. Now here is the dining. Then this side is the living room or the lawns. Now we need to create a master washroom. So I think to make this look really nice, we can decide to create master washroom here or this side. For example, because now here is the dining, we shall have to move it away from the dining. Let's create it here. So we're going to offset let's say 2 meters. We need to ensure that this is really 2 meters. And then we shall let's first extend this to here, and then let's offset this side to, let's say, 2.1 or even 2 here. So we shall simply do this, and then the rest we can really just drag. I guess that can do it for our master washroom. Let's try to measure it. Here 2 meters, here 1.9. Wanted here 2 meters. Oh, we can do this 2.1. The other one remains as 2 meters. So 2.1 by 2 meters. So this will do it for our master washroom. Then we can choose to have another balcony here on this side. So I think that is it for our walls. Really, let's try to measure this here to here. That's 1.3. It's enough space for walking. Yeah, I think that is it for our walls. Let's see our 3D. So this is how our walls are. I don't know if you like this shape. This is how it appears when you pan it around. But yeah, so this side is going to be our entry ports. Here is going to be our entry ports. Enter to the living room. From the living room you can access this common washroom, and then you can access the kitchen from here, the pantry is here, and then the dining. From the kitchen you can come to the dining from here. So this is the main master or the master bedroom, and on this side you will be able to access the master washroom specifically for the owner of the house. So that is it for our walling, and the next thing we are going to do from here is going to be to create our floors. So I'll have to create our floors, and then let me see these walls. All these are outside, this outside, this outside. Yeah, we shall be able to create our floor. After creating our floor, we shall be able to create maybe some steps. Then we shall have the components or the families like the windows, the doors. And then of course we shall do the roofing. From the roofing we shall go to the facades. So yeah, this is it for today. I hope you have learned something. Please, if there's anything you don't understand, put it in the comment section. I'll go through it, and I'll be able to address it in the next video. We want to finish this project and also start another one. So keep around, make sure you are available for the next part of this project, because we're going to have the floors, which is an important element of a house. Also the components like doors, windows, and of course the roof. We shall learn all those. So please make sure you stick around. Thank you for watching this and for being with us. Make sure you subscribe, you share this with your friends, so that we learn together. We learn and improve ourselves. Trust me, you can, after finishing this project, you'll be able to do a project of your own from scratch as we have started this. So thank you so much. See you in the next episode.